let's talk a bit more about data science applications that are related to the blockchain. So, um, I've come across things like smart contracts, data provenance architectures, and privacy preserving machine learning. So, these all seem to be use cases that blend data science approaches, not just data analytics approaches where we're summarizing data, but data science approaches where we're building data models like machine learning models and relating those to the blockchain. So, what do you think about those kinds of um, developments that I've listed: smart contracts, data provenance architectures, and privacy preserving machine learning? And then, yeah, maybe you have other kinds of use cases that blend data science and the blockchain.
Yeah. So smart contracts, there's a lot to say on them. The others, like there's sort of I don't know, less to say. Like I think
Right.
like blockchains have a lot of promise, but they're at this really early stage that we haven't really worked out exactly what is possible. And so people will go, yeah, let's build in some machine learning program that runs on the blockchain. And they might have like three examples of that, but like there's basically nothing else beyond that. Um, Smart contracts, I think, are worth talking about like a moment more. When we were talking about the data model of like a blockchain, I mentioned that people can transfer assets and they can hold assets. That, for example, is all that you can do on Bitcoin because it's a very simple language. It's not a Turing complete language, the sort of scripting language that underlies the protocol. But on something like Ethereum, you have a Turing complete language, which means you can write
Oh,
any software program and have that run on the blockchain. And so when people say a smart contract, that is just a computer program. And what that has started to do is it's added more verbs into the vocabulary of crypto. So you can swap, you can mint an NFT. Technically, you can do anything, right? You can make something that has arbitrary complexity. Um, and that's fascinating. That's why people are like, hey, we could run a machine learning model on the blockchain. It might be very expensive and inefficient to do it on a decentralized network
right.
compared to a centralized one, but you could do it. But people are starting at that simpler level, and maybe we'll get more advanced from there. But today, it's a bit like a kid on their first like 100 words. They'll grow to be an adult who has 20,000 words in their vocabulary, but currently there's like 10.
Right. Great analogy. Okay, cool. So basically, what you're saying is that other than smart contracts, the things that I listed are more hype than practical at this time.
I mean, hey, maybe
Cool.
listeners are out there in the ecosystem and they found like their application and they should for sure like send it in the comments and be like, no, this is real because maybe it has turned up in a corner of crypto. That's the other thing about crypto is the innovation is
It's changing
crazy fast.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know absolutely everything that's happening on blockchain all the time, Philip. Come on.
Ah, I try. I try.
Come on, you're reading Tech Meme every day. Um, okay, cool. So let's dig in a little bit. So we were just talking about um, the relationship between the blockchain and data science, and so it sounds like that's very nascent. It has a an infantile vocabulary, if you will, and so potentially huge amounts of opportunity there for our listeners to be identifying new opportunities to be blending data science and blockchain. But so on a related topic, in your product role, how does that relate to data science? So, yeah, what's your relationship like as this, data product leader? Um, yeah, how do you work with the data scientists at Chainalysis?
Yeah, so I work very closely with the data science team. I'm much less hands on keyboard. In fact, I think they try to stop me being hands on keyboard, but my job is really to help set like the direction and the questions that need to be answered. And the other key thing I actually do is like it's very hard to know if you're right or wrong when you're doing analysis on the blockchain because no
Mm,
one's ever done it before. And so I also help
right.
bring in some of that QA experience because I've just spent a lot of time working with the data and understanding it. So yeah, there's really two key roles. What are the questions that we should try and answer? And how do we know we got the right answer?